Hey guys, welcome back to some Animal Crossing. So I have something to show you. I'm not going to show it here, but basically what I talked about last time of when I was going around and I was picking all the weeds, picking up all of the furniture, walking around each tree to cut other trees down, and then basically planted a bunch of trees in a bunch of empty spots around town. I basically just did that. And you go to the wishing well and everything is perfect. Corolla is a very livable place. So at first it told me like which acres needed trees, so I went to those acres. Then I went around all of the trees and cut them down. And then I basically went through and then planted. I didn't even count how many trees are in each acre. I basically just went and planted around. So if it kept saying like it was almost there, I would just go to another empty place in town and plant another tree. I think in another episode I had accidentally cut it out, but I did plant a bunch of coconut trees along the beach, as you can see here. I planted a whole bunch of them. So today is October 5th, and that means in 15 days, so on the 20th. Yes. No. I think it's 14 or 15 days. But anyways, I go to Sissy Tour Timer because he's now moved back to this location. So I've decided this is where I want to try and put the third bridge. So right here, 1 acre up from the last place, the lake, because I wasn't sure if it was going to be a diagonal there or not. So here's good. This is where I want to build the bridge. Oh, do you think so? Well, if you're on my side, then I'm sure everyone else will go for it. Alrighty, I do believe I'll make arrangements to have the bridge completed as soon as possible, Yeppa. Meaning the next day you will have your new bridge. We did good work here, Mike. I say we did, sire. Don't go having fun with an old tortoise now. It takes time to build something of quality, Sprout. You can't rush it, and I'm not just talking of bridges. So sit back, take a powder, and wait for things to be done. So it's going to go somewhere around in this acre. I hope it's there or straight across right there. That was like my original intention, was it was going to be straight across right there. That's what I was really thinking it was probably going to be. And we'll find out shortly here, because I'm combining 2 days. Because I just didn't want to show... I didn't record too much of me doing the perfect town. So I do deposit 100 bells on our house. So we're making progress on it. It's down to 250. So we're getting there. Real quick glimpse at the house inside, because a little couple things have been added. Nothing too much. I mean, I need a lot of things. I'm not sure what I want to do with the inside of the house. It's all kind of like meh. We have Nook's portrait there. We do have those 2 models. I think the Walker Cicada in my house. I don't know. I decided both of the frames next to each other doesn't look nice. I want to get the fireplace, put both of those on top of it for my house for the fall and winter time, but... It's a little bit better. Get that off the floor, but I'm basically just in need of a bunch of house furniture. It's just pretty rough in this place. It does look like a warehouse. If you're the HRA, you'd walk in, it would just be this empty metal room with just a bunch of random crap sitting around. But yeah, that's really it. Nothing exciting. We do have a holiday coming up, but that's in a week from now. So 2 weeks from now is actually the 20th. So here's the next day. I did go ahead and combine both days because they were both pretty short as far as new stuff to show you guys. I threw out a lot of footage. So if the 5th was the first day, was perfect. 15th would be 10. So the 20th. The 20th, it'll be the weekend of the 20th will be the first day that we will be able to get the reward for having a perfect town and then move on. And I can actually start doing things around town. So here's a letter from my mom. I found an old love letter addressed to you while I was cleaning out the attic. I didn't read it, but I may have peeked, you know, to make sure it wasn't a bill. Your secret's safe. Love, Mom. So apparently I was in love with somebody and wrote a bunch of letters, and my mom found them in the attic. And yeah, that was all she told me about, which I guess is exciting. Some fossils. Yay, fossils. Get my 3 fossils every day. Nothing special out of that. So you can see there's the new bridge number 3. You can only have 3 bridges in your town, and there is our 3rd bridge. So we'll go take a jog down to it to see what it's like. We have the we have the stone bridge up here, which is that curving arch. We have the wooden bridge all the way down by the water, and then the 3rd bridge. Those 2 bridges can be either or both the same or both different, but this bridge will be the same for everybody. It's a little bit of it's a really cool. You'll see. It's a rope bridge that they build. It's a cool little rope bridge. Very neat. And it's unfortunately it's up here at an angle pointing down. I wish it was farther down straight across because I have to actually run up a little bit to cross it. I found it strange. I wasn't expecting this because there is a sign there. So I'm assuming that sign is not a valid house placement because that would put it like right at its doorstep. Instead, that sign might be for something like Gracie, or maybe it's just one that's just there and it doesn't serve any purpose, because even having Gracie there would be really weird. There it is. It kind of bounces and jiggles, which is kind of cool. Yay. So we have that now. I'll go check down here to make sure our town is still perfect. And it is. So basically what I'm going to do now is I'm going to walk around town, and there's going to be a lot of the trees that I planted yesterday are going to die. So if you plant them in their little sapling, they count as a tree in the acre. And if that sapling is a dead sapling in that acre, it still counts as a tree in that acre. And that's to just prevent the process from being so impossible that your recount has to start every single day. So basically you have 1 day to clean up your town. And Sahara's here. Probably won't even get to her because I don't have any carpets. But you see here's a tree that died in this acre. And basically it's at the perfect count now. So I'm going to dig up that dead tree. And then I'm going to plant another tree somewhere else in that acre and hope that it grows. And then when it checks at 6 a.m., there's still going to be the same amount of trees there. So you're going to see that a lot of trees have died. And we have Gulliver. A lot of trees have died, like that one there. And I'm just going to have to go around town, replant all of the trees in the acres that died, and move on. And I have to do this process until I get to the point where I get all of those trees to grow, because they're not all going to grow. Like, I have to keep moving them around. I think it actually took like 3 or 4 days until I no longer had to go around and plant new trees. It gets less and less every day because more and more of the trees are growing because I'm planting them in different spots. But eventually, they do come out to work. So Gulliver, he's here. He's going to have the same old dumb story, but he's going to give us another item from the Gulliver selection of worldwide items. We'll have to see what we get this time because he sailed the 7 seas. So I haven't played New Leaf in a very long time. I got on like randomly like one day the other day just to see what was happening in my town. But I've missed so much because it was just one of those games where I'm at the point in the game now where it's only fun to play with your friends and to have the DLC and to trade furniture items with people online to complete things to get my town just to be just about like tweak the last couple things in my town that I want to tweak. I'm at that point in the game. And let's see, he gave us some the giant heads, the Squidward heads, as you call them from SpongeBob. Basically, I'm at that point, and I haven't had internet to do that. Only when I'm at my house. It's the only time I ever have internet, and I'm at my house for like a couple days every like 6 months. So, like, you know, it's school, and when I was in Oregon, I just don't have the internet to be able to play. So I have just lost complete interest in the game, and I really want to start like a new town. Like for some reason today, I was like, I want to start a new town. But I was like, you know what? There's all my furniture I buried. I had to bury it because I couldn't leave it on the ground for a perfect town. I was like, you know, I just don't want to erase my town because I've completed so much on it. By the way, I did catch a pill bug finally. I hadn't realized I hadn't caught one yet, and I ended up finding one while searching daily tasks. So we do have the pill bug now. But I was like, I really want to start my I really would like to start a new town, but I have the downloaded version, so I was like, well, maybe I'll buy the hard copy version. And then I realized, no, I don't have $40 to go buy the hard copy version. And even if they're used, they're still like 35 or whatever, or 30 or 35. So I was just like, you know, I could do that to keep both, but that's just so silly, you know? It's like, I do have my, I mean, like, I've had that town since release day, and I always have a bad habit of restarting Animal Crossing like every year, when the year comes around. I never really played Animal Crossing games for more than like a full year because I always want to restart, and I always would restart with my Wi-Fi group with like Delilah and John and Joseph and stuff. From Animal Crossing community, we've always had all the games, and it's what we would always do. And none of us have done that. None of us like play New Leaf anymore because we all started our games like at midnight on release day, and we all got so far, and we've all logged like 500 hours into the game, and we have like 3 or 4 characters with like the debts like all almost paid off. We have so many furniture series. We have all of the holiday items. Well, not all. There's still a lot in the game that I missed this summer. I needed to get from the bug offs. There's a whole bunch of other stuff I needed to get. And I'm still working on like collecting all the furniture items, and I'm still perfecting my town. I want some more town projects. The museum, I'm still working on getting some painting, so I would need to be playing weekly to do red. And if I would have been playing in all these weeks since like springtime, like May or so was the last time I played, because that was when I was at my house with Wi-Fi. That was kind of when things were winding down. A full year of the game, I'd kind of been completed everything at this point. And I was like, lo and behold, I haven't played since then, but I really could have completed a lot of the stuff that I wanted to from the guidebook, like some stuff this summer for catching the bug off items and a few other things. And I was doing a lot of trades online on ACC to complete a lot of things because I was getting a lot of like duplicate items for things like the bug off and stuff. But basically, like I'm saying, the game is so complete and it's special to me because I got it at midnight on release date. I don't know if I want to erase the town. And unfortunately, with things like City Folk and Gamecube, I back up my saves of my multiple towns like on... You can keep multiple towns on Gamecube and on Wii because you can back up the towns onto computers and SD cards. And that's what I've done. I have a whole collection of old towns from City Folk, and I like that. And I just wish that I could back up my New Leaf town. I mean, I can save a copy of the town, but as soon as I start a new town, it's basically going to go down the drain, and it won't be usable. So I'm going to decide what I want to do. Maybe I'll talk to like Delilah and all of them and see if they want to start playing again. It's just because I haven't played GameCube in like 2 weeks either. It's hard for me. It was harder for me to play GameCube than I thought because we do have one TV in the room, and it's one of those things where it's like, well, my roommate's watching. The only times I can ever play is like Saturday afternoons or Sunday afternoons, and there's always football games, and that always takes precedence. That's like our pact. It's like no matter what's happening in the room or in the TV or who's doing homework, if one of our team's football games are on, then that's what goes on the TV. But here's the statue we got from Gulliver. It's nothing special. It's not as detailed and awesome as in the other games, but it's there nonetheless. So this will go down in the basement and do nothing. Maybe I'll leave it up here for a bit. We'll take this. This is something that'll display on the island, probably. But that's about it. Yeah, so I cleaned up my town. It's back to being perfect because I planted a whole bunch of new trees, and we will continue on through October. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. If you'd like to check out the next journal in this series of Animal Crossing GameCube, click here in the top right. If you'd like to check out my other Let's Play that goes on the weekends, Eidolon, click here in the top left. Follow me on Twitter to get updates on my channel, and if you like what you've seen so far, click the big banner below to subscribe.